Astrology isn't just about signs and symbols. It's a tool for navigating real life. Hello, and welcome to Astrology with Elisa. I'm your host, Elisa Dixon, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's dive in. I don't know about you guys, but this week feels a little full, a little crazy. At times, I feel like I am just trying to keep my head above water with everything I'm juggling, with all of the things that suddenly feel urgent. This is one of those big energy weeks, which actually is not going to die down for a little while. We had the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius yesterday, and in 2 weeks, we have the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. So we're in that window in between eclipses, which astrologically tends to bring more volatility in the skies, more erratic energy, and more shifting than usual. If you listened last week when I had Graham Breitenstein on the podcast, we talked about eclipse season. He said he looks at eclipses as the anything goes era for the universe. And honestly, that totally fits. During eclipse season, everything can change in an instant. Through a text message, a headline, a phone call, things accelerate fast, or things already in motion can come to a screeching halt. Fate and destiny take over. It's a time of cosmic course correction. And it's all for our greater good, but it can feel really topsy-turvy while we are living it. And I got a perfect example of that on Monday. Monday was the day right after the sun squared Uranus and the day before the solar eclipse, which was also strongly tied to Uranus energy. So Monday was basically a Uranus sandwich. And wow, Uranus showed up. I had built in extra time to take my son Will to soccer practice. We were actually going to be early, but then the location changed last minute, so we had to drive much farther than usual. We packed a bag because he was going from one activity to the next, and when we were almost there, 35 minutes from home, we realized not only did we forget the right pair of shorts, we hadn't packed any shorts. None. Now, technically, he's supposed to wear his team shorts. That's part of the uniform. But in that moment, this wasn't even about the uniform anymore. He just needed something to practice in. So I start problem solving. We try to find the soccer store his uniform comes from. The map says there's one nearby. So we pull in, and there is no store, just an H&R Block. Not going to find any shorts there. So now we're scrambling. He's stressing. I'm stressing. I call my husband Kevin while I keep driving towards the field. And Kevin starts searching for options. Kevin finds a Dick's Sporting Goods not too far away. We pivot again. We run in, grab the closest thing we can find. Not the right shorts, but at least actual shorts. Will still ended up a little late to practice, and it was a very tense ride, but we made it. And the whole time I'm thinking, oh, hi, Uranus. So nice of you to join me today. Yeah, no, not so much. That's Uranus. That's eclipse season. Surprises, detours, quick pivots, nervous system overload. And I don't think this is just me. I think a lot of us are feeling this kind of energy right now. So instead of just trying to power through it, today I want to talk about how we move with eclipse season. Because with a week like this, we need tools. So what can we do? I'll share what I'm doing. First, clear the schedule. Anything non-essential, reschedule it. Build buffer time into your life wherever you can, because things will pop up. That whole Will and the short saga, that only worked out because I had built in extra time. And even then, it was chaotic. And with Uranus so loud in the sky, there are definitely going to be hiccups. Expect the unexpected. And if you are able to make space in your life, make the space. Second, if the universe is giving you signs, take them seriously. I had that happen this week with Lily. Out of nowhere, I got a fun invite to go see a play with my stepdaughter, Kayleen. Not something I had planned to do at all, but it felt like one of those fun, unexpected yes moments. And it turned into this really fun, lovely night. So Kevin took Lily to ninja practice instead. And while there, Lily's hands ripped. Pretty badly. She's going to be totally fine, but it meant it really didn't make sense for her to go to practice this week. And here's the thing. She has been stressing about this practice for days. She didn't want to leave school early because she has a big test this week. But I kept pushing forward, trying to keep commitments, stay on schedule. Hello, Saturn. And then Uranus stepped in. Not ideal, but honestly, the right outcome. And it actually felt like a perfect example of the energy we're in, because this eclipse is in Aquarius. And Aquarius has this interesting dynamic. Saturn is the traditional ruler. Uranus is the modern ruler. So it's almost like these two energies are negotiating behind the scenes. Saturn saying, stick to the plan, follow through. And Uranus saying, actually, let's do something different. And depending on the moment, either one can take the lead, which apparently is exactly what happened to all my plans this week. So if something keeps redirecting you, pause, pay attention, and maybe consider doing what the universe seems to be nudging you toward or away from, because it's probably not random. Third, do your moon. Come back to your moon sign. Because here's the thing, when life gets overwhelming and your nervous system is on edge, that is when your moon sign matters the most. When you're stressed or frustrated or running on empty, your moon sign shows you what you need. Your moon is your emotional body. It's what you need to feel safe and secure. It points to what helps you feel grounded, comforted, and steady again. Most of the time, we don't consciously think about it. But when life gets intense, that's when your moon takes over. It's how you react on instinct. It's what your heart really needs when you're struggling. And eclipse season, this is exactly the kind of energy that activates all of that. So whatever your moon needs right now, give yourself permission to do that. I did a full episode last summer all about how to care for yourself and the people you love based on the moon sign. I'll put the link in the show notes so you can get a refresher. Listen for your moon sign and for the moon signs of the people closest to you. The people we love don't always need the same things we do. I also created a free moon sign guide to self-care. If you haven't already gotten that, please go to my website, pop in your email, and I'll send you the digital download. These are exactly the times that this guide comes in really handy. Right now, your moon needs to be supported. So whatever your moon needs, do that. And do it unapologetically. Last, be extra gentle with people right now, because anything can change for anyone in an instant. The stories I told about Will's shorts and Lily's rips, those were stressful, sure, but in the grand scheme of things, they weren't life or death problems. Some people are dealing with life or death situations right now. Others are dealing with smaller stresses like the ones I shared. And those are still real too. If you're not fine, you already know it. But if someone else isn't fine, they may not be showing it in the ways we'd expect. Going back to that moon sign again, people aren't always going to share what's wrong or exhibit stress in the same way you will. So for the next couple of weeks, put on the kid gloves. Lead with softness. Lead with patience. Lead with compassion. And the really, really good news is we actually have some extra support for this because the sun moves into Pisces today. Pisces is the most compassionate sign of the zodiac. So for the next 30 days, the sun's light is filtering through empathy, which is exactly what we need. The next 2 weeks hold the heaviest energy of this eclipse cycle. And remember, eclipses don't just disrupt things. They redirect us. They move us toward where we're meant to be. So if things feel uncertain right now, unsteady, intense, or overwhelming. Take a breath. Make space. Listen to the signs. Care for your moon. Be kind to the humans around you. We'll get through this window together. And on the other side, things will feel clearer. So before I go, if you haven't checked out last week's episode with Graham Breitenstein, I highly recommend it. He shared so much insight, not just about eclipses, but also about working with the lunar nodes when they're direct, and how to harness the energy of the fire horse, which began with the Lunar New Year yesterday. There's a lot happening in the sky right now, and it's all connected to where we're being nudged to go next. If you'd like to hear more from me before next Wednesday, you can also find me on my new Sunday series on the Fun Astrology podcast. I always have new episodes here every Wednesday and over there every Sunday. As always, I love and appreciate you all. Thanks so much for listening. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Hey, Astro friends, if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend, follow the show, or leave a review. Let's keep growing this beautiful little community together.